way. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Let's see if I can get this to work. Technical difficulties. Oh, got it. So jumping on to go over this week. So it is week 1. We're on the journey of implementing clean eating. So this has been a journey of mine for a while. While my diet is fairly good, I have to give myself credit for that. I do fall into the trap of late night snacking, and those choices are not always beneficial for my body. Hence, I've been doing some more research on nutrition and fueling the body and the best times to eat certain foods. And it kind of speared, doing this challenge, and it's adapted from Erin Oprea. So if you haven't gotten the book yet, you can go on Kindle if you like to read on a tablet. I'll show you guys again. So if you guys can see here, it's the 4x4 diet by Erin Oprea. So this challenge is based off of her book. And this is week 1. Week 1 is really starting to implement one of the 4 principles of clean eating. So it's eliminating starches after 4, and then reducing your sodium intake, reducing sugar, and reducing alcohol. And this is to set up a lifestyle change. Doesn't mean you have to eliminate and not have any of these types of foods or foods that have these properties in them, but you're just watching when you're having them. So this week is all about having no starches after 4 o'clock because our bodies tend to be less active in the evening. So, hey, Jasmita. So I wanted to go over, I had some questions about this week and the starches. So starches are, along with the carbohydrates, starches give us our fuel. There's 3 types of starches. There is the sugars, the carbohydrates, and the starches. The fibers, sugars, and starches. So we mainly get our fuel from the starches and the sugar. So our body breaks them down into glucose, and then we use it as energy. And we usually are most active usually in the morning and afternoon we're most active. So having our starches around that time frame, our body's going to be able to use it as energy. So at night when we're having, potatoes or pasta, rice, anything, those type of starches, and we're not active, our body is going to store that as fat instead. So, and that kind of defeats clean eating, but defeats the whole lean lifestyle. And that's the purpose of being in a healthy fat to muscle ratio for your individual body. So, no starches after 4 is the goal. So what does that mean? So if you decide to have sweet potatoes or rice for dinner, okay, that's fine. That's your cheat meal. Check out the article I shared about carbs. Oh, I will look at that, Jasmita. Thank you. When we are having, say you have a cheat meal this week. So 1 or 2 cheat meals is fine. Just make sure you set yourself up for success for after. So meaning you're not going to have the whole day where you're eating poorly. Okay, maybe have 1 meal where you're having your pizza or your pasta at night. And there's other instances where life just gets in the way. We're real women, real moms having stuff happen, and you end up having, you fall off the wagon. Well, get back on. But try to be active, get outside, get a walk in, get some exercise going so you can help reduce the amount of fat that's being stored from that food that you ate that evening. So the other thing I had on here, question was the cheat meal I kind of addressed. So in the book, it mentions having 1 or 2 cheat meals a week. So with that said, again, just make sure you're planning on what your next meal is going to look like so you don't stay eating those types of food where it's not going to fuel your body appropriately. And then if you look back on some of the posts, you're going to see some good graphics of, non-starchy foods and then starches. So again, you're not eliminating starches from your diet. You're just not having them after 4 o'clock or in the evening time. You're going to kind of switch around when you have those. So think about when you're most active, you want to be having your starches then. Same with carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are a fuel as well. So being aware, again, of when you're eating them. Carbohydrates, again, will break down into glucose, where your body uses that. If not, it's stored as glycogen, but your body can only store a little bit of glycogen in the muscles and tissues. The rest of it's stored as fat. Hence why you want to watch when you're eating these foods. The other big thing, reading this book and implementing these practices too in my life, and what I've experienced is when you don't set yourself up or plan ahead for what you're going to eat, meal plan, that it's so much easier to go off track. Like last night, I didn't plan right. I missed dinner, which I rarely ever do, but I did. I missed dinner. And 9 o'clock at night, I was starving and I did not go for anything healthy. I went for chips. Chips are my weakness. I love chips. So that said, I did not make a choice that was going to fuel my body. I woke up this morning and I did not feel so hot. I could tell that I didn't fuel myself right. So the key thing is to set yourself up for success by planning ahead. Plan out your meals for the week. If you're going to be eating out, you can have your cheat meal around eating out. And then start putting it into practice, this habit of reducing those starches or eliminating them in the evenings, and switch around when you're having them in the day, and keep this practice up. This week 1 is just to start implementing the practice, but you're going to carry it over into next week as well, as we add in one more element, which is reducing sodium intake. So when you're on this journey, again, just be aware, this 4 weeks are going over, no starches at night, reducing sodium, reducing sugar, and reducing alcohol consumption. So the whole idea is to be a lifestyle of eating clean so we can stay lean and active and feel great and be vibrant and happy because our body is fueled right. And so we're getting all the nutrients that we need to live a full, healthy, and vital life. So if you have questions, I would love to know how you're doing so far this week. If you're implementing Benethia, I know you're on this journey, girl, so I want to hear how you're doing on it. And then keep watching here on this page and on Facebook. You'll be able to see more postings to help support each of us in this journey this week. And then next week we'll go live again. So if you have questions, again, please let me know, post them, and I will bring them forth next week on the live. Until then, get out, get moving, try to get at least 10,000 steps in today and each day. So that is your goal, to start implementing that physical aspect too of living a lean lifestyle, which is being active. So no starches after 4, and get at least 10,000 steps in a day. And then you can start incorporating Tabata style workouts, which I did post a couple here. You can also download again Erin Opria's book here, The 4x4 Diet. And then with that, she has plenty of Tabatas you can do. And if you're unsure, reach out, let me know, and I'm happy to give you some tips and some information of how to incorporate that into your day. Have a great one, guys.